Hello and welcome to Good Game, the show for gamers by gamers. I'm Barjo.
And I'm Junglist. This week we're breaking from format to have a little partay.
That's right, we're marking our 100th episode, and to celebrate, we're going to reunite with some old friends.
We'll also be looking at some of the more requested bits of the series.
But don't start yelling clip show bollocks just yet, because we'll also be reviewing Madden 10, G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra, Turtles in Time Reshelled.
There will also be cake.
But first, can you guess the cake for this week? Cake.
Good game.
Happy 100 episodes, good game! Woohoo! Here's to 200! Woohoo!
Turtles in Time Reshelled is a remake of the truly excellent arcade game, and Junk, when I heard this was getting put into HD and being re-released, I must admit I whooped a little for joy. Back in the day, I'd line up for hours at the old Toowoomba lock-in on a Sunday just to get a decent amount of playtime with my favourite animated heroes.
Cool story, bro. Krang and Shredder have stolen the Statue of Liberty for no reason other than to upset the Turtles.
Statue back!
And then they sent the Statue of Liberty forward in time, also for no reason, and then they sent the Turtles back in time. What?
Well, you can play as all four turtles, and some of the levels are quite good at taking down your health, like the sewer in Scene 3.
My toes! My toes!
Fans of the original will relive some nostalgic moments, such as how your friends will hang back if you've got all the health so you can take care of the boss, and the annoyance that you feel when someone steals that last pizza when you desperately need it.
Sadly, this remake is beyond woeful. Sure, there's fancy graphics now, and you're no longer stuck on a 2D plane, but you'll beat this in an hour, and then you'll start craving your points back. I'm giving it 4 out of 10 rubber chickens. Bad?
Yeah, it just really wasn't good enough, you know? Why not throw some new combos or just something to spice it up? I'm giving it 4 out of 10 as well. Junk, should I send this back in time where it belongs?
Nah, just delete it.
Yeah, that's probably easier.
I am banishing you to a time warp from which you shall never return! Good game!
Oh, hey, I'm Curtis Creamer, lead producer from Bungie, working on Halo 3 ODST, and I'd just like to wish Good Game a happy 100th episode.
Good game!
Well, Junk, we've hit 100 and we've had a great time, haven't we?
Yeah, we played some interesting games, spoken to some interesting people. It's hard to believe that it all started with this.
Good game!
Hello and welcome to the very first Good Game. The show for gamers, by gamers. I'm Junglist.
And I'm Kapowski. Yeah, that first review, my legs were shaking, my chains were shaking, my rings were kind of falling off my fingers. Yo, listen up. Graphics, aim, and movement have all been improved in this game.
Kapowski and I weren't the only stars of the show because Series 1 of Good Game also included another host.
Good game!
Gamers! Wanna know how I beat Kapowski every time?
He was a furry yellow monkey called Peanuts, and even though he was a founding member of the Good Game team, you, the viewers, didn't like him very much.
That's right, Peanuts was such an epic fail that after the first episode we had literally mountains of viewer emails requesting us to give him the sack. So we did this.
Where am I?
Bomb has been planted.
Huh? Red wire, blue wire, red wire.
Terrorists win.
And he was never heard from again.
You know, I think I saw him in Series 5, Episode 17. That was this year, wasn't it? It's the ghost from Peanuts Past! Quick, get the Wii Zapper!
Oh, I can't use it, it's too stupid. Get the GameCube.
Yellow exploded primates aside, there was actually something a bit special missing from Series 1, wasn't there, John?
You're right, Badge. There was something special missing from Series 1. Because we didn't get our official Good Game arcade machine until Season 4. I really love that arcade machine. All right, there was something special missing from Season 1. And here's how that turned out.
Wise words. Hi there. You know what? Being an actor is sometimes a difficult job at the best of times. Often you're sitting by the phone waiting for the next call to come through and forced to take jobs in administration or prostitution. But I'll tell you what, stick around because I'm going to give you a dramatisation of what it's actually like waiting for the next gig. Stick around.
We've handed out plenty of rubber chickens since then and have been joined by a few Good Game regulars.
The first segment I worked on was Build a Machine. That was really good. We put together a computer throughout the whole season, showing people, what components to select and how to even install a water cooling system. And then at the end of the season, we gave it away to a lucky viewer.
La 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 la, so you think you can't game.
The idea was that people could send in questions and I could answer questions on the show and help them out.
This week we're looking at Supreme Commander, and if you have a shield generator, even better.
And almost every week we've delved nostalgically into the deep reaches of gaming's history and backwards compatible, playing around with everything from the disastrous Power Glove to the triumphant Game & Watch, and heaps more. And occasionally we even left the den of gaming and went out into the dreaded sunlight to find stories that were important to gamers.
And sometimes Lux would help us with that too.
The military have certainly seen opportunity in this area.
Then at the start of Series 5, Good Game welcomed Ray to the team.
Welcome to the team.
Thanks for having me, noobs.
Well, that about brings us up to date. And out of those 100 episodes, Jung, what sticks in your mind?
Probably that first ever Raffle Cup. I was proud to help broadcast Australia's first esports match, and we got the chance to pay our respects to a great gaming legend, John Raffle.
Run around the LAN cafe now with your pants around your ankles, and I'm sure Junglist is at the front of the queue, Bob.
What about you?
Definitely the Barjung Olympics, Jung. It was the first time I had more fun outdoors on a real sporting field than indoors playing a game.
It's no secret that we enjoy being a bit silly on this show. To illustrate this point, please enjoy this next selection of Goof.
Goof away! G'day, gamers! Good Game is the show for gamers, by gamers. I'm Barjo.
And I'm Junglist.
This week, strap yourself in for a rocket pump and group fest of gamage, and we've got so many games we're gonna rip the lid off it. Well, I thought the anti-aliased bloom effects accentuated the emergent gameplay. What did you think?
What's a bloom effect?
Noob. The level where you drive a tank through the snow, the controls are unnecessarily wonky. It's a block of cheese. Cohagen!
They've also taken out that stupid photo taking. I know you like the photo taking, but your opinion doesn't count because you're undead.
So as well as being fun, it seems younger gamers can actually learn by playing.
And what reviewing experience do you have? Until next time, gamers, don't forget to check out the extra stuff on the site. I'm out of here.
Let's get these people some air!
Lost fans should be the angriest out of everyone here. Even so, you need to be a Lost fan to tolerate this game.
Hello everybody, my name is Rod Humble, head of EA Play, and happy 100th episode.
As Aussies, we love our sport and we love debating which code of football is the best. But at the bottom of that list would definitely be gridiron, at least down under anyway. It would be remiss of us as gamers, however, to neglect Madden NFL 10, which is one of EA's best-selling franchises. We reviewed it on PS3.
I love any contact sport, Badge. And gridiron, and consequently Madden, can be a very deep and complicated game. I was raised with the sport, and still to me sometimes the commentators might as well be speaking Greek. But Madden NFL 10 brings in new players better than any other EA sports game. From the holographic tutorials on rushing and passing, to the Ask Madden feature, which is no longer just a button, but a whole category of plays.
I tried running this one to the outside. It's going to soften them up a little bit in the middle by making them pursue sideline to sideline.
Spend the whole game if you like in the Ask Madden section, and it'll even explain the strategy of it all in between plays.
Watch that game clock. You need to keep it stopped as much as possible.
It's a damned good-looking game, and it's just as common to see players get injured if you don't tippy-toe out of bounds like a ballerina. The Madden Moments feature is a great idea. It tells the story of famous NFL moments in history and lets you play them out. Although it's hard to get excited about it when the commentary is so lackluster.
Yeah, and for a minute it looked like he might slip out of there, but the defense got there, the pursuit was all over it.
I felt like saying, look, I know you've got the knowledge, but mate, if you've got to be somewhere else, on your bike.
Sometimes you'll get the commentators speaking at the same time, the first of a few glitches.
That was really lucky that one wasn't picked out. Not a good decision at all.
And the minigame section is just weird.
Downloadable content will let you buy enhancements for your team, such as ensuring no player gets injured or a 10% stats boost for a match.
Gets the ball away. Willis gets the pick.
Call me crazy, Jung, but 10 years ago, these things were known as cheats, and they were free.
But Madden without any downloadable content is still a very fun game. There's more polish than ever, and above all, you feel like you have to fight for every yard. Mainly because the right stick now lets you decide where to throw your weight in a tackle. Get your tackle timing wrong, and he might go all the way!
We also managed to tackle the Wii version, whose cartoony-like graphics definitely reside in a far cannier valley, and focuses more on choice and also on the fun.
You can decide to pass by pointing the Wiimote at someone and selecting them, or by just shaking it in their direction. Neither is very accurate, but a lot of the micro and tackling and passing is a lot easier.
There's also a 5 vs 5 mode where you one-button select your plays on the fly, and it's great if you don't have time for a full match or if you just want to keep things simple.
Yeah, probably a bit too simple for serious players, and by that I mean the whole Wii version. As long as you shake the Wiimote at the right time, you'll do the right move. Instead of nickel or dime formations, you'll get rush stopping and pass stopping. And Madden will usually suggest one play instead of 3. Generally, a lot more is done for you, which makes it easier, but Badge, I didn't let this ease get in the way of a really good time. I was impressed with the Wii version.
Yeah, I think both versions are as good as each other, just for different reasons. You do have to be a fan to appreciate them, but there's some great improvements in the latest wave of Madden. I'm giving it 8 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Yeah, it's following the trend. EA Sports games across the board are getting their act together a bit more. The unexciting, monotone commentary was the only real letdown I felt in an otherwise great game. I'm giving it 8.5 out of 10 rubber chicken.
Greetings, you all. I'm Professor Man Benjamin Baker, and this is my assistant, Robert Moffett. We're the project leaders of the team that brought you a Quarter Circle A, Cartridge Affair, Waggle Max, and the Verse Mode series. Initially, Good Game contacted us for a video graphic cartoon, so we entered all their details into our fully automated animation studio, and the output is what you saw on your screens today. The perks of using this system is that we get to bypass many of the problems that you have with your normal kind of animation, such as human error and the creative process. While we can't say that we had a favorite segment, this series, my colleague and I were very pleased that we were able to minimize our human casualties.
To 7.
To 7.
Has this ever happened to you? Then you need the Waggle Max Swift Time event. Never be caught unawares or unprepared for your daily brush with death. It's perfect for action, personal hygiene, and breakfast. Why risk not having them? Just see the difference the Waggle Max Swift Time event makes. For those educational slowpokes and our cousins down south, the Swift Time event, Swift Time event. Waggle Max, taking control of your life.
Hi, I'm Gabe Newell, and happy 100th episode. Good game.
This show has always been about the games.
And we love reviewing games, good and bad. Let's take a look at some of our favorites.
Favorites away!
Guitar Hero is back for a third tour of Australian shelves. All up, I'm going to be strumming this one for a long time. I'm giving it 9.5 rubber chickens out of 10.
It's got a very science fiction, quirky atmosphere and hilarious dialogue.
Cake and group counselling will be available at the conclusion of the test.
You know, I don't want to sound like an old fogey, but I actually found a lot of the swearing a little bit too much. You can't deny the fun here. There's freedom, it's full of surprises. I'm giving it 10 out of 10 rubber gangster chickens.
But don't let the cartoon tanks fool you. Underneath the childish exterior lies ferociously addictive depth and tons of replay value.
To imagine how excited I was when I heard in Saints Row 2, I can be an elderly, overweight British gangster with a Harry Potter hat who can chainsaw anyone he likes while swinging a samurai sword from a motorbike, all to a wide selection of classical music. Ha! Go on, imagine it.
I have, and you are very excited.
Oh my God!
For its fourth run, it's time to answer the Call of Duty. Cutscenes are brilliant. The music is great as well. Every time you check, there's a new song playing you haven't heard before. And finally, a character that scrambles up a ladder instead of letting it break the pace of combat. We could list all the reasons why this game is bad.
And here they are. The co-op moments. No, they're okay. But most of them do feel like time fillers. I see a little silhouette of a mask. If you feed your character more healthy food and roughage, you've got more chance of creating an ultimate pipe buster.
When a Killzone 2 trailer appeared in 2005 with stunning visuals, many believed it couldn't possibly be gameplay footage and had to be pre-rendered.
You're the assassin Altair, and after a fumbled mission, you're demoted and stripped of your weapons.
It does take risks, and I think you'll either love or hate Assassin's Creed. I'm giving it 8.5 out of 10. The important thing is, because it's all shared online, there'll always be something to do in Little Big Planet.
I think the visual and audio design need another mention as well, John, because you can see a lot of care has gone into it. I'm giving it 9.5 out of 10 rubber chickens. I know I'm a Wolverine fanboy, but that just means I want this character treated with respect.
Everyone in the game can't stop saying John Connor.
This is John Connor. This is John Connor. This is John Connor. My name is John Connor. Well, I'm John Connor.
John Connor!
I'm still confused that Bond can do all these amazing things, and yet he still can't open a door. Even Velociraptors can do that. I'm giving it 7 out of 10 rubber chickens. We reviewed the Xbox 360 version.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Cliff Blazinski, and I want to say happy 100th episode of Good Game.
Good game.
To tie in with the film comes G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. It's out on a few platforms, but we're having a very quick look at the Wii version.
Yes, a very quick look, as it's one of the worst games we've played all year.
True, John. You know, I actually really enjoyed the film. I was quite surprised. It was such a drool-worthy CGI Joe experience. You get enough laser battles in a film, and I'm sold. Woo! Woo! Don't silence me! Unfortunately, I'm not so easily swayed when it comes to a game, and this game has so little to do with the movie, and in fact being a game in general.
Well, that's a little harsh, Badge. It is very old school action, but yeah, you do hold down fire for 99% of the game as you spam your way through a short selection of missions against the evil Cobra and their many turrets.
I've taken out a lot of turrets in my time, John, but this one takes the cake. It's a turret bonanza.
Blockade ahead, Joes. Watch out for the turrets.
There's single player and 2-player, but no online. There's also no camera controls, so often that gets in the way of the gameplay.
There are some vehicle moments with wonky controls that kind of remove all the fun that futuristic tanks should have. And in one level, they take a massive tank right off the production line, but you only get to control it for about 30 seconds, and it's a bit crap anyway. We don't really know what the PS3 or 360 versions look like, but on the Wii it's pretty terrible with lots of jaggies and bland textures and poor level design.
Yes, it's power up this coil, activate this panel, and I don't know about you, Jung, but if I was building a hardened military base with force fields everywhere, I wouldn't leave the power generator that supplies power to those force fields sticking out of the wall right next to it.
Maybe it was Feng Shui, Badge. It feels like a game that was lost in time on the PS1 and just got released.
And the only times you do get a bit overpowered and feel like a hero is when you kill enough enemies without dying to activate your power suit. But it only lasts for a few seconds, so it's hardly worth doing, especially because on the default difficulty, dying only really takes away points.
There's a lot of elements to just slow you down to extend gameplay, especially all the slow walking.
Oh, so much slow walking. Just tell the story better. You don't need to stop me in my tracks and ram story down my throat. Once I learned you can skip it by pushing start, I jumped for joy, but then you just end up pausing accidentally all the time, and that's just as time consuming.
Time fillers!
Tourette's!
There's just no reason to play this game, especially if you like the movie. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
And what's with the end? It just kind of ends with no fanfare.
Mission accomplished.
Maybe some optional chapter that can be unlocked by going back and doing all the optional missions, but we had neither the time nor the inclination. And every time you finish a level, the game ranked me. I rank you 3 out of 10.
Happy 100th episode, good game. Can't wait for the 200th.
We love our Raffle Cups. The challenge is winning some of them.
Yeah, see, me and Badge, we have our games that we think we're pretty good at, but we tend to play a lot of games a little instead of one game a lot, so more often than not, we get our butt kicked.
Let's relive some of those humiliations, shall we?
Dead or Alive 4, let's go!
Get ready! Fight!
Reality 2008. That's right. Quiz shows are for weak whining leeches, and you're going to be replaced by a robot.
So gamers, did you guess the game for this week?
I should never have come on this stupid bloody show in the first place.
Oh,
Yes! That is tremendous! Look at that! Timmy Gale! Good boy, Timmy. You're a noob, Jackie.
PP meets GG. Game on.
Your mistakes are messing me up, man.
Take a look at the law man beating up the wrong guy.
I'm gonna give Jung a chance to even it up. So how about a little 0 hour?
0 what? Oh, that hurts.
Rollin', rollin', rollin'.
Why are you guys talking to me like I'm some kind of noob? Oh, I was going so good.
Well, Junglist, if we were going to be owned by anyone, I'm glad it was us owning you guys. Brouhaha! We totally kicked the pure owners guys' butts, didn't we, Jung?
Yeah, Tiggy dominated.
Good game.
So did you guess the game for this week?
It was a game called March-in Adventure Cotton 100%, and it's the only game we could find with the words 100 in its title.
Nice time with the episode, Jung, but yes, this game was 100% shoot-'em-up goodness, featuring a bright young witch named Cotton. As Cotton, you had to shoot down wave after wave of insidiously cute creatures, all while collecting some cute fairies that would give you more pew-pew power.
It came out for the Super Nintendo in 1994, although it never made its way to Australia because it was never released outside Japan.
Well, that's it for this week. Next week, there'll be a lot less cake and a lot more games. Whoa, what's going on?
Cripes! There's some sort of interference from an outside source.
Great Scott! Is someone hacking our TVs?
It's in my eyes!
Congratulations, good game on your 100th episode.
Good job. It's a pretty big number.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Too bad they're cheaters.
Hackers, stuff like that.
Yeah. What do you think? Power Glove?
Yeah, I think it's Power Glove time, Kyle.
Jung, something I've always wanted to tell you. I've dropped 40 hours into Nintendogs. They finally did it. You maniacs! You blew it up! Jung, we can rebuild this by next week, right?
You do not have enough minerals.
Get them tomorrow.
Until next week, gamers, Barjo out.
Junglist out.